Hello and welcome back. Today is Friday, April 4th. I have your 4 best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the page. We get an interesting 10-game slate to say the least. Probably one of the last few times this year we will have this massive of a card on a Friday, man. A lot of these teams are on game 76, 77, some are on 75, but majority of them are coming right down to it. 6 games or less on the remainder of the year. 10-game slate. 4 teams here on a back-to-back. We get Portland, Toronto, Lakers, and Golden State. You're all on a back-to-back here, so those teams will be running it back here today. 7 of the 10 games have a 9-point spread or higher, so interesting card to say the least. The first NBA primetime game is on NBA TV. The Celtics versus the Suns. The Suns will need Devin Booker to put up like a 71-point game again, like he did back in the day against the Celtics team, to have a shot in this matchup. That game will be you check back in after like the first quarter and you're going to be like, wow, I can't believe Derek White or Peyton Pritchard are just going insane on the Phoenix Suns. There will be no defense played by the Suns here at all. But going to rattle through the rest of the games here just to give you a little insight into all of them. We get Sacramento versus Charlotte to kick off our day. Kings, 10-point favorite, 219 over-under. The Kings really need this one to stay in the NBA play-in, but if they want to stay in pretty much the same Chicago Bulls no man's land, they're right where they're at overall. They're fighting off the Mavs and the Suns for the NBA play-in, but I don't think the Suns are battling anymore since they have a tough schedule remaining. We get Indy versus Utah. There will be absolutely no defense being played in this one. 235 over-under. Indy, 15-point favorite. They're pretty much a lock for that 4th seed overall. And Utah, they're just happy to play. They're probably going to run a lot of the backup players. Probably get a lot of injuries going up. I know Walker Kessler is ruled out. Anthony Simon is questionable going into this matchup. No, that's a different game. But Walker Kessler is ruled out. Lauri Markkanen potentially ruled out as well. But I think Colin Sexton will be playing in this one overall. 235 over-under. No defense will be played overall. Talked about the NBA TV. They will need Devin Booker to go for 71. Detroit versus Toronto. This used to be a tank commanding game. Detroit, you're solidified. You're creeping up. I think you are the 5th seed here overall. You're going to be a fun playoff team overall. If I'm going to put my hat on any team, weird to say the Pistons, but I'll be rooting for the Pistons in the first round of this playoff overall. We get Chicago versus Portland. This game's a lot of fun. As I said the other day, Portland is one of the more fun teams that are out of it. They try really hard no matter what. Their team's just playing for next year, which I love. The Bulls, they're absolutely a wagon this last month. So this game, 238 over under, is a really, really fun matchup overall. They don't really have the big superstar brand names, but this game's going to be coming down to it. No defense will be played, and a lot of points will be scored. Cleveland, San Antonio, that game's a fugazi. It just does not exist in my head. Highest over under on the day, 241. Cleveland, 14-point favorite. Watch it be a avalanche in that game. OKC versus Houston. Weird to say the number 1 seed versus the number 2 seed is not an NBA primetime game here today. 6-point favorite for OKC, 231. Weird to even think the Houston Rockets are the 2nd seed, but that game's going to be a ton of fun watching the 1 versus 2 seed. They're going to be battling at it. I think that game's going to be really, really good overall. Houston's going to do like that last end of season, like, hey, we're built for the NBA playoffs, and then probably we'll get swept in round 1, or a gentleman sweep in round 1. Game of the night, Denver versus Golden State Warriors on NBA TV. The 3 seed Denver Nuggets are playing the Golden State Warriors. The 5th seed, the Warriors are a game behind, so this is a massive game for the Warriors. Fun NBA primetime game. Cannot wait for that game. That game's a chef's kiss overall. And then the 2 later games are pretty much as well fugazi. We get Lakers versus the Pelicans. Brandon Ingram's not even, it's the big trade, the Anthony Davis trade game. And none of the players are really on those teams anymore. 219 over under. Lakers, 13-point favorite. They will probably steamroll the Pelicans. And then we get Mavs versus Clippers. This game could have been a lot. It's going to be a lot. I think this one will be a lot of fun. As you just saw me go through the whole range of emotions of this game. This game should be a lot of fun if AD does play. In this game, Kawhi versus AD, fun matchup overall. Both teams are still playing for playoff position, so that game does matter for both of these teams. But 10-game slate, I got 4 plays here that I absolutely love. And before we jump into today's action, we got to recap yesterday's plays and yesterday in the NBA. End up going 2-0 in best bets. Clap it up. It's always nice to have our players go crazy. Tyler Hero, we needed a hero in that third quarter. 19-point third quarter. He was dominant last night overall. That game was incredible. That Ja Morant step back for the game winner. He had a great second half overall. Ja Morant, I know he was a popular underplay yesterday, but he took care of business overall. Then Stephen Curry, that was as free. He looked incredible last night. That game was a ton of fun. LeBron James and Curry both had a 30-point game. That game was a ton of fun. But that was yesterday. I'm wanting a 4-0 sweep here. We started off pretty shaky on Monday, but we bounced back. But I'm not satisfied. A 4-0 sweep would be awesome, and I want it. And let's just jump into it. For my first play of the day, going to be in this Golden State Denver Nuggets matchup. 234 over-under on NBA TV. Not a sponsor, but on NBA TV. Line opened up at Denver -2. I think this line's moved down to Denver -1 already. And Nikola Jokic, every time he plays the Golden State Warriors, he's balled out recently. I think it's a good spot here overall. So give me Nikola Jokic to go over 27.5 points, coming in -114. On FanDuel, he's gotten this over 3 for his last 5 against the Golden State Warriors, averaging 33 points per game. He's gotten this over 7 for his last 10 against the Golden State Warriors, averaging 31.7 points per game. With the last 5 games against the Golden State Warriors, he had 35, 26, 34, 32, and he had 38 in the most recent matchup overall. And he's been balling out. 4 for his last 5 overall, averaging 39 points per game. He's going off of that 60-point game overall. With the last 5 games, he scored 28, 40, 39, 27, and 61. He is on a heat wave in Denver overall. Coming into this matchup, he's coming with 2 days of rest after that massive performance he had overall. And when he's played Golden State with 2 days of rest, he's gotten the over 4 for his last 4 against the Warriors, averaging 34.5 points per game overall. He's been on a tear, getting the over 6 for his last 7 games overall, scoring 34 plus points in 5 of those 6 games that he got his over overall. Jokic loves that little inside the key, little mid-range, the little post hook that he does, or the little stop, shoulder bump, the little fade that he likes to do. Loves to shoot that overall, and when he pulls up to the key, Golden State Warriors ranked 29th in points allowed inside the key. So overall, he's a great, nice little 2K hot zone going into this matchup overall. I have him projected at 33 plus points here, so that's going to be that's a massive projection. I don't see it this often that high, so going to take advantage of it. We get a nice 6-point cushion here overall, and centers have been eaten against the Warriors overall. Zach Edey had 10, Messi had 12, Collier Ware had 14, Onyeka Okongwu 22. It's been these centers are fun names overall. Jakob 18, Brook Lopez 16, Aaron Gordon on the same team had 38. And then Cat had 29 against them in the most recent matchup overall. Projected 33 plus points. Gotten the over 7 for his last 10. And he's going to make it 8 for his last 10 overall. So give me Nikola Jokic to go over 27.5 points, coming in at -114. On FanDuel, jump into my second play of the day. I talked about him it was not English. Talked about him a few days ago that probably going to be taking his overs for the remainder of the year. And that's going to be in the Utah-Indiana Pacers matchup, 235 over-under. And Isaiah Collier has been balling out for this Jazz team. He's a fun player to bet on overall. I think we have a great number here overall. So give me Isaiah Collier to go over 18.5 points assists, coming in -120 on DraftKings. He has a great matchup here. Overall, the Pacers allowed the 4th most assists to the point guard position. The Pacers, these last 15 games, allowed the 8th most points and the 2nd most threes to the point guard position. And the Pacers, these last 7 games, allowed the 6th most points and the 5th most threes to the point guard position. Isaiah Collier has been cooking overall, 4 for his last 5, averaging 22.4 points assists per game. Last time he played the Pacers, he had 21 points assists in that matchup overall, so he already had a good over against them overall. Pacers like to push the pace, and I think that's prime for Isaiah Collier's game, where he's going to pass the ball up quickly, and he's going to take it to the rack, because Indiana doesn't really play well. It doesn't really have any rim defenders that I'm afraid of. Isaiah Collier takes 60% of his shots inside the key. That's like right under the rim. He takes 33% of the shots. And then inside the little free throw line arc and in the lane, he takes 35% of his shots there. And Indy ranks 26th in that little 2K hot zone inside the key and 18th right underneath the basket. So where Collier takes 60% of the shots, Indiana ranks poorly in the NBA allow it. I love that overall. 59% hit rate with no Lauri Markkanen in the lineup, averaging 19.1 points per game. 70% hit rate with no Laurie, John Collins, or Walker Kessler in the lineup, averaging 19.5 points assists per game. Last 5 games, he's averaging 31 minutes per game, so he's on the court a bunch. And when he plays 30-plus minutes in a game, he gets the over 68% of the time. So if he's out there getting tried without the 3 main stars, or kind of stars on the Jazz, I don't really think they're stars. I don't think Lauri Markkanen's a star, okay, man? As a former Bull legend, I don't think he's that great overall. Isaiah Collier takes, we talked about it. I have him projected at 23 points assists in this matchup, so we get a nice 5-point cushion here overall. And point guards have been setting the pace with the Pacers here overall. SGA had 41. Carlton Carrington had 19. Luka Doncic had 41. Mike Conley went back-to-back 12 and 14 games. Keon Johnson had 18. D'Lo had 28. And Spencer Dinwiddie had 29 overall. I have him projected at 23 points assists in this matchup. Pacers, they've allowed some assist games to the point guard, some big scoring games here overall. 4 for his last 5, so give me Isaiah Collier to go over 18.5 points, coming at minus 120 on DraftKings. Normally don't like to do cuts like that, but I had to go blow my nose, man. You guys are understanding crew overall. Don't really like to. I like to do these all in one take. It's fun to just ramble, get it all going out of here, but I had to take a pause there for a second. But jumping into my third play of the day, 10-game slate, fun slate action overall. This game, Portland versus Chicago. That's probably the most fun matchup, I would say, as a fan. Portland Trailblazers are going to play hard in this matchup. They're one of those teams that, even though their seasons, they can't really make the play-in, they're really trying hard, which we love overall when teams try. Chicago Bulls, this is their playoff, trying to make the play-in and making everyone feel like, yes, the Bulls are back, but we're probably going to lose in the play-in or in the first round of the playoffs overall. But I'm done stalling here. For my third play of the day, going to use the shooting guard on the Portland Trailblazers side. So give me Shaedon Sharpe to go over 22.5 points, coming at minus 122 on FanDuel. He has a great matchup here. The Chicago Bulls allow the most points and the most threes to the shooting guard position. The Chicago Bulls, these last 15 games, allow the most points and the most threes to the shooting guard position. So they've been struggling against the shooting guard position overall. And Shaedon Sharpe has gotten this over 2 for his last 2 against the Bulls, scoring 24 and 23 in his last 2 games against them overall. And he's been balling out. Gotten the over 3 for his last 5 overall, averaging 26.4 points per game. And if Anthony Simons does not suit up in this matchup, he's gotten the over 86% of the time with no Anthony Simons in the matchup. So if you see him out, I love it even more, averaging 28.7 points per game without Anthony Simons, going over 6 for his last 7 games this season without Anthony Simons in the lineup. With the 1 game he went under was against OKC overall. He's honestly not been the best on back-to-backs. I did said it earlier, Portland on a back-to-back in here, but the last time he played the Chicago Bulls, it was a back-to-back this season, and he scored 23-plus points in that game overall. Love the volume that we've been getting, 20 field goal attempts per game in these last 5 games compared to his season average of only 15. He's way more aggressive late in the year here. Portland Trailblazers are doing a good job of letting Denny and Shaedon Sharpe to both attack and just shoot as many shots in the game. There's no one near close taking that many shots on their team outside of Anthony Simons. So those 3 guys will be taking the majority of the shots. If he's out, it's going to be down to Denny and him to shoot all the way. And I like Shaedon Sharpe because the Bulls struggle against the shooting guard position. I have him projected at 25-plus points in this matchup, and point guards have had big days against the Bulls. Jacoby Walker, 17. Lou Dort, 11. Keontae, I don't no clue what I wrote there. Austin Reeves, 30. Reeves again, he had 25. Connor Braun had 18. Devin Booker had 41. And Jalen Green had 28 points. And talking about Jalen Green here, we did take the over in that game overall. Just like Jalen Green, Shaedon Sharpe does he either shoots the 3 on the top of the key or he drives it to the rim. And the Chicago Bulls, they rank 30th in points allowed under the rim, so that 2K hot zone. And the Bulls rank 23rd in straightaway 3s. So he has a great matchup here overall. The 2 spots, he takes the majority of his shots. Bulls struggle at that overall. The Bulls allow the most points and the most threes to the shooting guard position. I have him projected at 25-plus points. So give me Shaedon Sharpe to go over 22.5 points, coming in minus 122 on FanDuel. A lot of 22s said right there. Minus 122, over 22, projected 25. Fun game overall. And then jump into my 4th and final play of the day. going to be in the number 1 seed versus number 2 seed battle, Houston versus OKC. And I saw FanDuel's giving you a 30% profit boost on any play you want. And I'm going to be using that on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to score 30-plus points, coming in minus 134 with the profit boost, minus 134 on FanDuel. He has a great matchup here. Overall, it's SGA. It's pretty much SGA for 30. Seems like a pretty much lock here overall. Houston allows the third most points to the point guard position this season. Houston, these last 30 games, allowed the 8th most points overall. And Houston, these last 7 games, allowed the 8th most points to the point guard position. SGA's been cooking. 4 for his last 5, averaging 32.4 points per game. 4 for his last 5 against the Rockets, averaging 35 points per game. Getting 30-plus points and 9 for his last 12 games against the Houston Rockets. 69% hit rate on the road this season, averaging 32.1 points per game. Getting the over 8 for his last 10 games overall, averaging 33.1 points per game. Projected to have 32-plus points, and point guards have skyrocketed against the Rockets here overall. Sexton, 18. Gabe Vincent had 20. Isaiah Collier, our guy, 16. Keontae George, 17. Jamal Murray, we took that over, had 39. Corey Joseph, 13. And Trey Jones had 19. SGA, we just need 30 points from you in this matchup. I think this game's going to be really closer than what the spread is. I think it's going to be a great game here overall. So give me SGA to score 30-plus points. Coming in minus 134 on FanDuel. And those are my 4 best bets for you in the NBA today. Let me know down below. What's your favorite play? Massive 10-game card here today. And while you're down there, please leave a like and subscribe down below. Makes me know you like the content. I always love tailing you guys in the comment section. It's always fun when we win together in the comment section here overall. Fun NBA slate here today. Hopefully having a wonderful day. Keep on smiling, and I will see you in the next one. I don't know if you guys can hear. I'm dog watching, and the Leo, the dog I'm watching, has been snoring this whole time. So if you've been hearing snoring, that is that. But all right, that's enough for me. Hopefully you guys have been a wonderful day. Keep on smiling, and I will see you in the next one.